Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Education. I'm Dr. Jon Kopko, Superintendent of the East Brunswick Public Schools, and your host for the program. Today our topic is going to be our adult school, and with me in the studio I have our Supervisor of Adult and Community Education, Dr. Phyllis Klugerman. Phyllis, I'd like to say welcome. I'm wondering if you could explain a little bit to our residents, especially since education in East Brunswick doesn't stop at the 12th grade, how the adult school really assists with the community.
Yes, I'd be glad to. The schools are designed to service all of the community, and in that respect what we do is we go out into the community and ask members of the various factions within the community what their needs are, what their interests are. And in addition to that, we take a look at the economic trends in the country to see just what's happening and where there might be some need for some sort of instruction or some sort of seminar that would assist our community residents in making decisions or in additional training. And we plan our courses around the responses to these questions and the surveys.
Well, the adult school program is divided into several different categories. Could you tell us about those, Tim?
Yes. One of our major categories is the area of job placement, job training, retraining, and business. And in that vein, what we do is we go out into the community and surrounding communities and interview various members of different business corporations and different small businesses to see what kind of new equipment is being used, different attitudes toward employment, different modes of dress, etc., so that we could plan our business program to really service the people in the community that are looking to go out and obtain employment for the first time or to change jobs. We have a career counseling aspect to our program where we can assess skill abilities and interests of the various individuals to help them with interviewing techniques, and then certainly offer them the various courses in business that might assist them to obtain employment. We have a great variety of computer courses, for example, that service a lot of different needs.
Well, we have a tape that was taken just last semester in one of our business courses. Could you tell us who the teacher is and what the name of that course is?
Right. The teacher's name is Barbara Baruka, and the course is a word processing course which is taught on an IBM compatible, one of our Tandies, and the software that they're using is a WordPerfect, which is the most currently used word processing program software out in the business world today.
Oh, we're going to have an opportunity to take a look at that tape now.
I'm using WordPerfect. And what reveal codes do is they allow you to know where you processed some type of command in WordPerfect. For example, when you want to bold something, in this lesson we're going to write a memo, and we're going to bold the words to and from. But what we don't realize is when we turn on, we have to turn on the bold and turn off the bold. And we do that by using our F6 key. So if we hit F6, we'll turn on bold. If we hit F6, we'll shut off bold. Well, how do we know we do that? Because if we do it right on the screen, we don't really see it. So we use our reveal codes to see how we see what happened here. So if we type this sentence, ready? Type the sentence on your screen now, and we're going to bold the word delete. Hit F6 key once, lightly, type the word delete, hit F6 again, and that will turn on the bold and turn off the bold. Put a period at the end of your sentence, and then hit the Enter key. You'll notice at your screen where the bold turns on and off, you'll see that that word got brighter, and the rest of the words aren't. And the way we know that we did that, and that we did hit bold and hit the enter key correctly, is to use these reveal codes. So hit your Alt key and your F3 key. Hold down your Alt key, tap your F3 key, and your screen splits in half. Now what do you see? You see that in the middle of that sentence, it's your same sentence, but it's telling you exactly what you just did. We turned on bold, then we turned off bold, and then we hit the hard carriage return, which means we hit the enter key at the end of a sentence. Does everybody see that?
Let's go on now and talk about some of the courses that people might take, just for fun or to enhance their skills in various hobbies. What are some of those?
We have a lot of hobby courses, including crocheting, knitting. We have ceramics courses. We have belly dancing courses. We have oil painting. And two of the courses that we're going to show you some clips of now are watercolors and international cooking. The watercolor course is being taught by Bob Heyer, who is a marvelous oil painting, watercolor instructor. And the international cooking course is being taught by Lynn Burson.
Great, let's see those tapes now.
Okay, you're going to take it and you're going to wet the triangle. Then you're going to fold it over and press the edges down. Then you're going to take this and wet it and pull it straight back and flip it over. Okay? Who's going to try?
Okay. So this is just water in here to moisten
Right.
it with?
Mm-hmm.
And then you said for soup, you just drop it in soup unless you want to fry them.
Right. No, I'm not going to do this back one.
Oh, sorry.
Right, okay, put a half a teaspoon in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, now you're going to flip it over.
Excuse me.
You're just going to lightly press and it'll seal. Okay, now that should be wet enough to probably move the way maybe. Pull it straight back.
In addition to this cooking class, we will be offering other cooking classes this semester. Oh, that looks good. Including a candy making course where people can come and enjoy cooking and tasting and sharing their experience with other people who enjoy the culinary arts.
All right, tonight we're going to continue with last week's painting, and one of the first things we'll do tonight is we've already put a wash over these rocks up in the forward area in the foreground. We want these rocks to look a little different than what's in the background here. So these are going to have some kind of a texture or anything to bring them forward, and usually use a little warmer color also. So just to begin with, I'll just go over with you quickly as to what to do here. Probably use a little burnt sienna, a little ultramarine blue. Get a little warm grayness, stay to the burnt sienna side so it stays a little warm. As I've showed you before, you're going to lay the brush down almost flat on the paper. This is how you're going to get your dry brush or rough texture. By doing that, you'll get this nice rough texture. By turning the brush or lifting it, you can get some smooth portions or rough portions, and you can control this at any point you want by just the level you hold your brush at. Maybe the top of the rocks I want smooth, I'll lift the brush up and make it smooth, lay the brush back down again to get a little more rough texture. And that way you can have a fairly wet brush and still do both things at the same time. While it's still wet, you can warm up the color a little bit, come back in and let them bleed together. Let it mix on the paper. You even throw a little red in there. Just try that much, and I'll come around and see how you're doing. This is nice what you have here. Just maybe into the wetness, you put a little more color, like red or it gets a little variation in color, but that's what makes it interesting. And you can make these raw, if this is a rock out here, you can make that a little bit warmer than what you have there, a little
This
more burnt
piece
sienna.
here?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That's the light side.
Right, do it on the dark side. Yeah, that way you'll separate this rock right in.
Right, yeah, that's, I want.
Let's talk about the other programs you offer as well.
Well, we offer a lot of academic programs. There are a lot of people in the community that would like to start going to college, some of whom really never had the opportunity, and also either are a little bit uncomfortable of going out of the community to the college programs, or they lack the time to go out of the community, so that we have dealt with Middlesex County College and have brought in a great number of undergraduate courses. We run about 24 college courses from Middlesex County College in our community each year. And they really run the gamut in subject areas. And we have a lot of enrollment in those courses. In addition to that, we run graduate courses through Kane College, and we try to gear those to some of our staff in the school as well as other members of the community, giving them courses that can be applied to supervision certification or administrative certification, or just general graduate courses going toward a graduate degree. Also, we have Rutgers College courses here in our adult school as well. In addition to that, we have a lot of one-night or two-night seminars based on the requests of people in the community. For example, some of the interests are in tax preparation, or in real estate, or in how to purchase a car, or a lot of people have questions on wills and trusts. And many of our community residents would like answers to some of these questions, even elder care, where we're to place an elderly parent that's in need of some kind of health care services. And we like to offer them an intelligent and well-informed person to answer those questions, because with some of these things you really don't know where to go. And so our adult school tries to provide that service as well. In addition to that, we have a population in East Brunswick and in the surrounding areas of handicapped adults, mainly retarded adults, and those that are also physically disabled that participate in our program. The program started about 13 or 14 years ago with just a handful of students, and we have grown to the point where we have about 165 clients each semester. And we have our regular adult school brochure that we send out to the community twice a year. We also have a brochure that looks just like this, but this one is white and black. The other one is blue and black, and that brochure is exclusively for our adult handicap program. And in it, there are a variety of courses, just like in our regular brochure, that these individuals choose from. There are job training courses for handicapped individuals, and there are recreational courses, avocational courses, job skill courses that teach them socialization skills for not only obtaining but maintaining employment. And these are individuals that came to us, like I say, between 12 and 13 years ago, some of them out of institutions and some of them that were just confined to their home environment, who now have participated for these many years in our program, some of whom are now gainfully employed out in the competitive world, and many of them living out of their family environment in group homes, and some of them even living alone. And so we're very, very proud of that program. We're expanding out into the community and doing some additional work out in the Ramada Renaissance this year, doing some joint training with that business organization. We're very, very pleased with that as well. We also have an adult basic skills program, which is designed for people who, for one reason or other, had to drop out of school. And that program services people anywhere from age 18 to well into their 80s. And the ABE program services those who have competence up to or below the 6th grade level. We also have an ESL program, an English as a Second Language program, and that services a great population in East Brunswick. We have about 6 or 7 different classes in the ESL area. They're at different levels, and some of them are on the same level because we have so many students that we had to provide additional classrooms for them. We do those courses in the morning at the Senior Citizen Center and in the evening at the East Brunswick High School. And the morning classes go from Monday through Thursday. We have 4 mornings a week between the ESL and the GED, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And then the evening courses are on Monday and Wednesday evenings up at the high school. And it's interesting because a lot of our ESL students in the evening are the parents of the students that are in your ESL program in the morning. And every once in a while when we have a dinner, we invite the participants. They come and they make all the different foods from their own country, so we get a chance to sample some of the things that they do, which is a lot of fun. And we invite the teachers, the daytime ESL teachers, to come and participate as well, and they get to meet the parents of the children that they're servicing during the morning hours, and that's kind of fun. We also have a GED program, which is for also people for whatever reason have dropped out of school or had to drop out of school, who range anywhere from the 7th grade to the 12th grade level and are looking for a high school diploma so that, one, they could have the high school diploma or that they can go on to college. And that is a fairly large program and a very successful program. We have graduated many, many students over I think the last 15 years we've had that program. It's sponsored by the state of New Jersey. We get funding for that program. And at the end of each year, for those individuals who have passed the GED exam, we have a wonderful graduation ceremony to honor these students.
Now we're actually going to have the opportunity to view one of those graduation ceremonies through a tape that was taken by our Channel 8 crew. So we're going to take a look at that tape right now. Phyllis, I think you've made it really very, very evident for our audience today to see how the adult school really strives to meet a variety of needs and interests that are out there in the community. I'm wondering if I could ask you just 2 more final questions. First of all, how does one enroll in the adult school? And secondly, suppose there is a course that someone would like to take or an area of interest that an individual would like to explore that's not being offered by the adult school, what would that individual do?
Okay, enrolling is easy. We have sent out 25,000 brochures, and I'm sure they could find one of them. We have mailed them to everybody in East Brunswick. There are also brochures they can pick up at the library, the East Brunswick Library, or any of our schools, or the main office. And if they can't possibly find one, to please just call the office, and we'll make sure that they get one. If they have a course that we're not running that might be of interest to them, to just call my office and let us know what the course is, and we will search for an appropriate instructor or presenter and try and offer that. And their suggestions are always welcome, because sometimes they think of things that we don't think of, and we're always happy to have their recommendations. The other thing, John, is that we have a lot of extremely talented people in the community who we always enjoy tapping as instructors. And some of these people have never ever thought about teaching, or have thought about it and thought, well, maybe they can't do it. Like Bob Heyer, for example, came in and said, I had always thought about teaching watercolors, but I'm not sure. I said, come on and try it. And it's turned out to be one of the most popular courses that we have, and he's having a fantastic time doing it. And that's the kind of instructor we like, somebody that wants to try this sort of thing and has a good time doing it, because our participants come also to relax, in addition to learning things, to have a good time. I'd like to just relate a little story to you that will give you a clue as to some of the talents that we have in the community that people really don't know about. I was doing a training session at the Senior Center a few years back in leadership. And this training session included the use of a whole bunch of Tinker Toys, which when I presented them to the seniors, they kind of balked at me and said, you know, don't treat us like children. Well, after we did the training with these Tinker Toys, I had a hard time getting my Tinker Toys back because they wanted to keep them. Actually, I did lose 2 boxes. Anyway, while we were doing this training, they were divided up into several different groups, and the focus of the training was to build a structure, a highest structure that you could possibly build without it falling down. And one of the controls was, once you made your plan, you couldn't talk while you were building the structure. And so this one group had this fantastic structure, much better than the other groups. And when they got all finished, there was one gentleman who was controlling the group. And the people at the table turned around to him and said, you know, how did you do this? And he said, well, I was an engineer. And they said, we never knew that. You never explained that to us. And he felt so good about himself, and they were so proud of him. And there was a sharing of an experience that maybe could turn into a teaching experience. And I'm sure there are a lot of other people out in the community that have these talents from jobs that they had in the past, or from just hobbies that they have. And those are the kind of people we really like to have call us. And let's try and do something together. Let's try and explore one of these avenues of talent and of interest. So I would encourage those people to give us a call, and let's try your course.
Well, just in closing, let me just say we're very proud of you and the job that you've done at the adult school. The programs are expanding, they're getting better and better each year, and I think it's really marvelous the way you are reaching out to the community, and I want to thank you for that. And also thank you for being here with us today.
It's my
and
pleasure.
I'd also like to thank our audience for watching, and I'd really encourage you to be with us again next month when we will be talking about our elementary school social studies curriculum.